really faced off United. So do you get a positive impression, even if it was not the game you expected? Well, I'm pretty satisfied, although I'm not so satisfied with the tie, because we're Barca, we don't like to get ties. But we competed against a rival with a spectacular level in Europe. Currently, I believe this is one of the best teams currently in Europe. As a block, as a team, they work together. They are properly coached by a good coach. And we've competed against them. We had great attitude. We were at the same intensity, equal in many ways at some points. And then I like the last the rush in the end, because in the past we would go down mentally when we were behind in the result, and in this case we had a great reaction and we could even win the game in the end. So new fight, as you could say, and all the stakes will be high in Old Trafford. But I'm proud today because we gave it all today. Hi, Xavi. So how do you view the second leg in Old Trafford with this 2-2, with these feelings, with these sensations you get from this game, and also from losing Pedri and Gavi, two important pieces? Well, on paper, this is going to be a very intense game at Old Trafford. Even more intense, maybe, with a great setback, with a great scenario there. And again, I have the feeling that we could have won today, and so we can go to Old Trafford and compete again and see what happens. But it was a pretty tight game. There's a tough rival, one of the best in Europe currently. And again, I'm proud tonight of my team, in spite of the tie.
We've seen you pretty upset when you spoke with the referee. Ten Hag was complaining about a potential expulsion, and in the images on TV we can see Fred's hand very clearly. What do you think about this? Well, I believe this was a clear fault and a clear penalty, the second one. So how do you want me to feel? It happened the same in Milan, in the Champions League. Today, the same again. So what do we have to do in order to be entitled to this penalty? It's been clear, and I believe it's been checked. For me, it's quite incredible what has happened. Mister? You have introduced changes in the defense. It has been said that the defense was working pretty well, whereas today you have moved your players several times. Well, we have not changed the methodology nor the system. Only some players are more tired than others. Some of them are fatigued. Today, unfortunately, we've lost Pedri, also due to the calendar, which is very demanding. What a pity, and that's why rotations are important to refresh the team, especially for those players who are playing all the time, and to avoid injuries, because a lot is at stake in these last 4 months. It's a pity what has happened with Pedri, but I believe that both Jordi and Marcos have performed very well. We're looking for a nice ball kickoff. It's been difficult during the second part of the game to go towards the lateral side of the field. And, the team behind was very demanding. They are very intense, physically speaking. They beat you easily. I was looking for more freshness and, again, rotation in players. Hello, mister. At the back, Alejandro Segura for Radio Marca. I don't know if you've been surprised by United's approach. Sancho in the left, Bruno towards the right, because you had Araujo in the right. Were you expecting Rashford where he was positioned, and that's why you changed Araujo? What did you think about this approach? No. Actually, we wanted to catch them by surprise. Actually, we knew that the central was the one to the side, the ball kick-off, and that's why I positioned Jules and Marcos with a natural leg, with a natural kick-off. They really understand the third man easily. Jules has played against Gavi many times, one of the pivots, so I believe it was okay. We were looking to surprise them and not to, let's say, respond to Manchester United's approach. They have powerful arms. They have a great team with high level players and an amazing coach.
So, do you have
Do you have the feeling that even if Barcelona could have won the match, this very intense match, do you have the feeling that for some minutes the team has somehow surrendered to a back and forth play? Have you missed? I mean, the team should be calmer, perhaps. Yes, of course. That's precisely what they aim at. I remember Rashford in our back. They are amazing at transitioning. We wanted to avoid transitions by putting pressure. We've made it sometimes, but of course they are good players. They charge very well. Rashford, Bruno. Bruno is very good at long distance passes. So we're speaking about high level players, and we've played against a major team.
So when Pedri got injured, you got in Sergio Roberto. We haven't seen him in the center for quite a few games. Do you think he could be the natural replacement for Pedri? Well, he is an alternative. He masters position game. He creates a lot of opportunities, finding the spaces. He understands his third man plays, and it was good to unload this to the wingers or to the center, to the pivot to find opportunities. So he's a dynamic player that can give us many things in this position. Yes. So following along that line, we still don't know how long Pedri is going to be out for. I don't know, maybe 1 month, they say. So what do you do without Pedri? Because he's such an essential player, right? Well, we've got alternatives. We've got Gavi, we've got Frankie, Fran, Sergi, Pablo. We've got alternatives that can also add up to the team. Pedri is a spectacular player for us. He's a very significant miss. We're going to miss him, but we've got alternatives and we will try to make up for it.
So in Old Trafford, Gavi has accumulated too many cards, so he will not be able to play. Are you optimistic when it comes to recovering Busquets or others for Old Trafford, and how are you going to tackle this game? Well, of course, I hope we will be able to recover one at least, and we'll see about Pedri tomorrow. We are still missing for the results of the test. So in your change, well, I believe Rafinha was a little bit upset. We've seen him upset. Your supporters have also been a little bit upset. What do you think about everyone being upset? Well, I think it's great. I was also upset. I told him. He came and said sorry to me. And I said, don't worry. I really understand you. I understand him very well. I have been in his position. It would be bad if he felt all right with this change. He wants to be there. He wants to participate. And I believe this is positive. Perhaps for you, this is a negative reaction. But for me, it's a very positive reaction. The fact that the player wants to stay in the field, that wants to play. I applaud this.